Democracy doesn't work until the media does its job. Let me say it one more time. Democracy doesn't work until the media does its job. Do your job means report the news accurately, fairly, and in a balanced way. Don't carry water for the White House. Don't progress the administration's narrative just to win favor. Here are two such examples of media epic fail. Example first, number one, Obama sends a thrill up my leg. Chris Matthews conflating gun control with assassinations of public figures. Listen.
I personally don't want to be part of a movement to keep those semi-automatics flying into the hands of all sorts of people as they are today. The hoarders, the survivalists, the paranoid, the criminal, and downright politically nutty. Why? Because the next mass shooter could well emerge out of this pack. Check the shooters of John F. Kennedy and Jerry Ford, who got shot at twice. Look at the men who shot Bobby Kennedy and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and George Wallace. They all had political motives and they all had guns. Got them easy and put them easily to use. And if you're not against this movement, you are with it.
Wow. Legal gun owners conflated with assassinations. Kimberly, this is just outright, blatant media outrage. It's ridiculous.
First, can I just say one thing? Eric, stop using the word epic fail. Proceed.
Oh, you have to wait till the end.
I banned epic fail the first show we did.
First show?
You're epic. No. Go ahead. Sorry.
Big fail.
Are you done having a moment over there, or is that banned too? No one takes Chris Matthews seriously ever since he did that whole tickle me up my leg, go all the way up, whatever. I mean, it's so bizarre. I mean, this was kind of a rant. He's trying to get ratings. He's trying to create a buzz. He's doing a good job. I guess we're talking about it. But the fact of the matter, the argument that he makes is just way off base. This isn't anything he's going to have credibility about. I mean, what is this man talking about, making this kind of equation?
What does he mean, Bob?
Bob, interpret.
I'm not.
Decode.
I'd be the last one to try to interpret what Chris Matthews says and means. I mean, I've known Chris a long time. I happen to like him, but I think he does do things like this to draw attention to himself. The fact is that in the case of Bobby Kennedy, he was killed with a handgun. He wasn't killed with a long rifle. There's a lot of things that you could argue about, but I think it is where the extremes of this debate have gone. On the left, the arguments are that we can't seem to break through because the NRA and the rest of them say we're already lost, so we're going to up the ante. On the right, we're all communists because we're saying that. It's getting a little bit out of hand, frankly.
It is.
Well, I kind of agree with Kimberly here. You don't go to Chris Matthews for a logical explanation. It's like going to a cemetery to find frozen yogurt. But I have to say, like, if you use this logic, if you don't support speed limits, the president could get hit by a car. If you don't quit smoking, he could die of lung cancer. It's kind of amazing that Chris Matthews got this far. He's like a dog that learned how to drive a tractor.
He almost says, Dana, if you're not against these assassins
and hoarders,
then you're with them and you're I don't know, in favor of assassinating the president or something.
It's just bizarre. The thing that I think is very rude is when he gave the address for, he encouraged all of the viewers to send a letter to the member of Congress. He just says, the address of Congress for all the congressmen in Congress is U.S. Congress, Washington, D.C. 20515. Is that somebody in the mailroom is going to have to go through and find out the office number for each of those guys, and I think that was really wrong.
You're looking out for the little guy. Because you are a little guy.
You made the point about the press not making a big deal out of this. How do we know the press is not making a big deal out of it?
Making a big deal out of it?
I mean, you're saying that they're all hiding. In your monologue here, in your intro, you said that the press was not doing their job because Matthews got away with saying
his job? No,
no, it's because we're busy overhyping the Woodward threat. So that's why the press...
part of the problem. But you know what he is, though? Real quick, he's the self-appointed protector of all things Obama. He really sees himself in this, like, bizarre, angelic, guardian angel role, sitting above us all, saying, cracking the whip on everybody if anybody steps out of line.
I think we all know some people who are self-appointed persecutors of Obama, too.